I was a freshman, rubbing shoulders with the high school walls when I walked, because the middle of the hall was a river of piranhas. And one day,
I brushed shoulders with the wrong one. My fingers curled around Michael's trachea like a house fire collapsing in a burst of spark. I remember the sound of him choking on his own laughter.
I was scared. Brendan bounced my sternum off my spine and he asked me for an excuse to take a swing. But I just turned towards class because you get expelled for fighting.
Before the fight, we had gotten into it a little bit. His sister came at my back with her small fist screaming for me to stop, but I didn't know what else to do.
He pushed me from the back.
What are you, some kind of faggot?
I thought to myself, I'm gonna be whatever it is that
will not fight you right now. When Michael told me,
quit being such a fucking faggot,
I didn't know what else to do. So I proved him wrong. Some words were born with a lust for blood.
Once they stumble out of the mouth,
they become a lumbering giant with knives for hands. A six-letter word.
Sometimes taking who we are.
Sometimes taking more. We aren't the only ones.
Airman Apprentice Terry Hellman of the USS Bellawood was afraid of going into battle
next to anyone with a flimsy trigger finger, and when he thought he found one, he told his friends,
there's a faggot on the ship and he's gotta die.
When they found the victim in a public toilet stall, they recognized the tread marks of a Nike on his forehead.
But his face had been stomped in, so they used the tattoos on his arms to ID him.
Radio Man, Petty Officer, 3rd Class, Alan Schindler Jr., a 6-letter word, sometimes taking who we are.
Sometimes taking more.
It was late at night, when Private Calvin Glover went stumbling drunk through the parking lot.
Looking for the soldier with the transgendered girlfriend.
And when he found the fight he thought he was looking for, he lost.
But came back a week later with a baseball bat in his right hand and...
How could you let that faggot kick your ass?
Ringing in his ears.
Private First Class Barry Winchell never saw the bat come crashing through his sleep and skull. How does a gay soldier shoot a gun?
We are unwitting soldiers in a culture war about
the definitions of homosexuality
and what it means to be able to fight.
Our schoolyard brawls were not about being in love with the wrong gender,
but being called not man enough to fight.
Michael said faggot and meant this one cannot fight.
Brendan said faggot and meant
this one cannot fight. But what does how I love have to do with how I pull a trigger?
Some words were born with a lust for blood.
Openly queer men and women will never serve in the military, while the slur for their sexuality also means this one cannot fight. 11,000 American men and women have left the war
because of the compass of their hearts.
Don't ask me how I love.
Don't tell me how I fight.
How does a gay soldier shoot a gun? Like a soldier.